I'm Dr. Mihee from Kyungpook National University. I'll present a cross-sectional CBCT study for pharyngeal airway assessment in Korean adolescents. Airway is assumed to be involved in the development of dentofacial complex that causes malocclusion. The advent of CBCT facilitates three-dimensional visualization and measurement of complex airway anatomy, which has drawn a lot of attention in the field of orthodontics. Sleep disordered breathing is diagnosed based on polysomnography test results. However, orthodontic offices can serve as convenient points of access for patients who might benefit from further PSG evaluation. Airway volume growing patients can be changed by natural growth and orthodontic treatment, as well as mandibular advancement devices for helping sleep disordered breathing in orthodontic practices. Some studies have found smaller airway volumes with an increased A and B angle, whereas others have reported no significant differences between various facial patterns. As for sex differences in airway parameters, there were controversies too. Skeletal age is more closely associated with pubertal growth spurt than chronological age. However, there are only a few studies that correlate airway volumes to skeletal age. Recently, CBM staging was used to evaluate the airway in growing Caucasian subjects. Therefore, the purpose of this study was to compare three-dimensional volumes of pharyngeal airway using skeletal pattern, sex, and CBM among Korean adolescents for understanding its normal changes. Diagnostic recordings of 95 adolescents out of 1,611 patients were obtained. The inclusion criteria were age ranged from 12 to 19 years old, no previous orthodontic treatment, good of general health, and having both lateral cephalograms and CBCT scans with a clear visualization of craniofacial structures. The sample were distributed into two sex groups. For skeletal evaluation, 4 angular measurements such as FMA, ANB, SNA, and SNB were recorded. Skeletal pattern groups, including classes 1, 2, and 3, were classified based on their A and B angles. As the sample size was too small, each chronological age group was made of individuals of 2 consecutive ages as follows. This is the final sample distribution. CBCT images were reoriented by our standardized protocols, and then nasopharyngeal, oropharyngeal, and total pharyngeal volumes with the minimum cross-sectional areas were measured by definitions. Multiple regression showed that AG, CBM, and SMB have significant effects on all airway volume variables, while skeletal pattern groups have no significant influence on the volumes. Sex has a significant effect on oropharyngeal and total pharyngeal volumes without significant effect on nasopharyngeal volume. Males and females showed similar patterns of change in chronological age groups 1 to 3, which means age from 12 to 17 years old. However, males, compared to females, had larger nasopharyngeal and oropharyngeal volumes and minimum cross-sectional areas at age of 18 to 19. Comparisons in male subjects revealed more differences between age groups, with considerable increments from group 1 to group 2 and from group 3 to group 4. On the other hand, There were no significant differences between the different age groups in females. All airway volumes increased gradually from CVM stage 3 to stage 6. For female subjects, it increased gradually and reached its peak at stage 5, whereas in male subjects, it kept increasing until stage 6. From our result, the mean value of the airway volume is higher in males than in females. But the differences were statistically significant only at age of 18 to 19 and CVM stage 6. Our study has limitations in providing evidence-based data for examining the changes of airway according to the CVM stage and chronological age individually. Therefore, longitudinal studies needed to be conducted in the future. This is the summary. SMB has an effect on airway volumes. The mean value of the airway volume is higher in males than in females, and statistically significant differences were found at CVM stage 6. Females reached the highest airway volume at CVM stage 5, whereas males increased their volumes consistently until CVM stage 6. You can find this article in the Korean Journal of Orthodontics, September 2022 issue. Thank you for your kind attention.